Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. Today I am going to show you how to make this beautiful flower card. It's not what it might seem in terms of dies. So let me show you what I've used. I have used this Amy Design Awesome Winter collection, the Winter Lace Oval. And actually what I've used on this is only, grab this bit, this die. Okay, and we've cut it several times to create that beautiful doily effect. I've then used sentiment. The With Love sentiment is from the Craft Sentiment Dies collection. Excuse me. And then I've used just these parts of this Elizabeth Craft geranium die, just the little flowers to create the little flowers on the top. Okay. Right. So we have already got a base card, which is about roughly 6x6. It's one that I've made from a piece of A4 card. And I've gone ahead and I've done a little bit of die cutting, so you haven't got to watch me cut the same thing over and over. So we'll stick these on, I think, first, so I know that they're on. And I've done my little stick this way up, just in case I forget. Okay, so you can... This card, the one I've got here, is Foundations Teal. I love teal. I love this. My bedroom is this colour. I really needed to share that with you, but anyway. And then this one. Oh, good job I'd written on here because it tells me I need to ink. And the reason I want to ink it is because I want to make it the same shade as the flowers. So I'll leave that one for the moment. And I'm going to need to ink this one too. So we'll put those to one side and do the inking all in one go. I need 4 of these. So I have already cut 3. So I need to cut 1 more. I'm going to grab my card. I am. Where did I put that piece of card? Ah, back in the box. Back in the box. So there we go. This is to cut my 4th piece. And then I've got a couple of little bits here to use to cut the flowers. So I'm going to grab these dies. There's a larger one there, which we're going to use in yellow, and then the smaller one. So the smaller one we're going to cut with white. So I'll put that there ready to cut. But we're going to want to cut this from the yellow. So I didn't really have a yellow that I liked. So I decided to do some inking with this Distress Oxide, this Scattered Straw. So all I have done is I have taken my ink and I have just inked a piece of white card. And this is what I'm going to die cut from. Now I'm going to die cut the sentiment again from this. So I need to make sure I've got enough on there. So that will cover that. And I am going to grab the With Love die from the Craft sentiment set as well in a moment. Now, I don't know if you can see, it looks a little bit shiny because the lovely thing about Distress Oxides is it gives you a lot of open time, which means a lot of time where you can still go back in and move it around. It will still activate with water once you've heat set it. But when you've heat set it, you can then layer it on again. So bear with me. Let me find my With Love die. So we're going to cut that one and that one from there. And put those to the side. Now, remember I said that piece of card said I needed to ink it. Well, I want this to be the same yellow. So I'm just going to pick it up. I have no nails at the moment. I managed to break them all. Okay, so ink again. I'm just literally, because I'm only going to see a very small part, just literally, I don't need to ink the whole piece. I just need to do around the edges. And I'm also going to ink the paper. Now that paper, I'll grab the pad and show you in a minute. That's from Crafter's Companion, Woodland Friends, I think it is, from the Nature's Garden. I'm pretty sure it's Woodland Friends. Yes, I'll pick it up in a minute and show you some really lovely sort of florally and foliage kind of papers in there, along with some nice little cutesy ones too. So that's our edge there. You can see that. I'm going to see that lovely yellow edge, but I am also going to just add a little bit of ink around the edge of the paper, and it tones it all in, so it all kind of looks like it was created to be with each other. I'm not going quite so hard on this, just to give it a nice little edge. Okay, and then that will go on there. We are just literally going to clean up here, a little bit of water on, and a piece of rice paper just to clean up, and we don't waste any of our lovely ink. Okay, I just realised I have an ink bottle open, or ink bottle, sorry, a glue bottle that's open there. Right, so let's do our die cutting. We need our tape. I'm going to do it all in one go. We're not running the machine several times. So that's our 4th piece for our flower. We have our bases for the flowers in yellow. Ooh. And we have our with love, because I have sort of triple layered the sentiment there. And then we want the same, the little flowers cut in white. Okay, and we're going to run that all through the machine, all at the same time, so that we only need to do one pass through the machine. Okay, and off it goes. While that's going through, I'm going to stick these bits on. Okay, so that's our nice little yellow, what's called, nice little yellow card that isn't yellow, and then our piece of paper, which I said I would show you, and I will do it now while I think about it. Let's make sure this is up the right way. There. So that's from this pad here, this Woodland Friends. And this is the one that I've used. There's this lovely foliage one here as well, and here some of those gorgeous wood backgrounds that we like as well. Excellent. So there's that through. Let's grab our die cut pieces. I didn't take that down enough, but that's okay. I have some others. We've got a few. You can see it slipped and it's just missed the die there, but that's my fault. User error, not the die or the machine. Just completely my error. Okay, so we'll take those out in a minute. We've got our sentiment in there. We have our lovely lattice there, and then we've got the rest of our flowers there. So let's put those there. I'm going to grab my die brush. I'm going to go over this before I even try to take it out. Okay, it's much easier if you can get as many of the pieces out of the cut before, whoops, pinging off everywhere. Okay, right, and then we can put that out. Just a bit of tape over the top there. There we go. Just a few little ones that are stuck there. And then always end up with a couple of little ones left in the outside. The tiny little dots there. Right, so there's our 4th oval. So we now have 4 of those. I'm just going to get rid of these little bits. Oh, don't get rid of the die. That would be a disaster. Okay, and then yellow version of the sentiment. I'm going to have to just stop to blow my nose. I do apologise. Okay, back with it. Right, okay, so we take out our With Love sentiment. There we are. And that goes with our teal one, and I've cut it also in white. White helps it just to pop off the page. Let's put that dye back in there so we know where we're at. And then I'm just going to take out, obviously, some of those have not cut right, so we'll take out the ones that have. We don't want you, but we'll have you. You go 1 and 2, 3. Not bad. We could probably get away with using that one. So we'll discard that one for the minute. And then we have our little white ones too. And each of those plates cuts 8 in one go. So you're not having to cut it lots and lots of times. You can get 8 in one go. So, right. We need to look at just how I assembled the flowers, and it's a really straightforward assembly on these ones. Got my flower forming mat and my smallest ball tool, and all I have done literally is to sorry, the whole thing, the table's going to shake now and it'll go rattle rattle. I'm sorry. There we go. If I just do a few, that's all I'm doing. Just that one was cut, so just to literally give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, and oh yeah, my hands are all right. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. See if I can count. 4 and 5, and one more then, and then we will make those ones up. Those are the rest to the side. Okay, so simple assembly of these. Literally, I'm not going to do it on my flower forming mat because I don't want to get glue all over it. So let's move them off onto here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of glue in the center of each of these. Yep. Bouncing around there. They are little, but they are worth sorting out. So I'm just going to place the white one in, and I'm just using, this is the thing I used to pick up gems with. I'm literally just using it to push down in the middle to get that glue, the contact between the two things, two parts of the flower, so that they stick. Okay, it doesn't matter which way round you do, so just try and get them slightly offset, as in like the white ones between the yellow ones. Doesn't particularly matter which way round, but if you do that, then they will look pretty cool. Okay, now I also then I felt that they needed something in the middle, and I didn't want to be putting little gems because that's a lot of gems to use up, and I am a little bit tight when it comes to using up my gems and things like that. So all I've got is Spectrum Noir. This is the old classic markers, BT9 if anyone's interested, but it's the one that was closest to the till. And all I've done is literally just put a dot in the middle, and it just finishes the flower off but ties it in with the rest of the colour scheme. Okay, so next thing I'm going to bring in, I've got a little bit of this is a piece of copy of paper. I'm going to fold it in half because it's already got a bit of glue on. So we're going excuse me. What we're going to do is we're going to stick these together. Now, they're actually easier to do than you think. You've got these lovely, these little solid bits, each end and on each side. And they're really good to line up with each other when you're sticking these. And the other thing I found is if you look, you've literally got 1, 2, 3 rows there and 1, 2, 3 rows there, and it fits perfectly. Okay. The only fiddly thing is they are very filigree, and obviously you're going to end up with a bit of a gluey sort of messy bit. But that's why I'm doing it on a piece of paper here. All right, and it literally is, this is all I'm doing is just dabbing it on, remembering that 3 from the end, each end, are not going to need any glue. So everywhere else you can kind of dab your glue over. And then I am going to stick them together. And again, I'm looking for that sort of three bits, and then trying to line up the dots as best as I can. It's not going to be exactly perfect, but it's going to give you a fair go. Now, why is that not stuck? Just bear with me. I'm not really sure why that's not stuck. It could just be me. It could be that I'm actually sticking it to the piece of paper rather than to each other. I am a little confused at the moment. I'm going to have another go at this. Hi, Sally. You come to check what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm not doing very well, am I, with my gluing? Yes. Let's try this again. Just bear with me. Dean will probably cut that bit out. Okay, let's try again. I'm just unsure as to why it didn't stick that time. There we go. No idea why that first time it didn't want to stick. So I'm going to do the same with these two. All right, and I'm going to just fold that bit of paper over, so again I'm not gluing too much together. Put that one down, and we'll try, see if I can get it to do with this one. Put the glue on. Woo! I'm just smiling because I can hear Sally going back up. No treats, so I'm gone. Okay, so again, we're lining up 3 from the end and lining up bits. See, that one stuck too, so I really don't know what I was doing. No, it hasn't. It will stick. There we go, it's stuck. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick those together like that, so we get that nice little mesh bit. And again, I'm only going to put glue on this middle bit, kind of let the petals at either end sort of hang loose, if you like. Hang loose. I don't think that's really the term, but you know what I mean. They're not stuck down, so they're got a little bit more movement to them. And then I'm going to stick that on there. Okay. Now, if like me, you're a little bit have those stuck, I am not completely worried about it, because there you go, they haven't stuck. No, I'm not going to worry, because in a minute I'm going to be putting 3D glue gel under, sorry, I'm pointing at something that you probably can't see. I'm going to put 3D glue gel under these flowers, which is going to go right through all layers of this mesh. So I'm not going to panic. I'm going to stick this down. Yeah, we'll start with this way. That one. And then we're going to stick this one, which I've already got a bit of glue on, there. So we have our little mesh, okay? That is the right way. Okay, so I have my flowers here, and I have more that I made earlier. Let me just grab those in. And some more here that we made earlier. So I've got a fair selection, and I am going to use 3D glue gel. So you'll see what I mean now by, okay, yeah, I'm a little bit, has it stuck? But I am literally going to be squirting 3D glue gel through this that goes right down to the paper. So it is going to cement it on. So I am kind of just literally going to put a load of glue gel on like that. Okay, and I am going to start to just stick my flowers into the gel. Now, this is the thing with, ooh, that one's two there. With the glue gel, it gives you a lot of wiggle time. So if I'm not liking what I'm doing, I can always just pick it up and move it and fiddle around with it until I am happy. I'm kind of going from the outside in because I want the top flowers to be sitting above these. So I don't want to be sort of laying things over the top of the middle ones. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue gel because we need a little bit more height on this bit. Whoa, that is what not to do. I'll just put glue gel all over the top of that flower. There we go. Oh. Right, okay. So let's go for our kind of next layer in. Now I like lots of little flowers, so I've made loads, but you don't have to make this many. You can do a lot less. Okay, and so I just want one in the middle, and I'm going to put a little bit more glue gel there, just so that I have something to fix my final little flower on there. Okay, so I've got my little arrangement. And last thing to do then is to put our sentiment. I'm going to bring back in my little bit of scrap paper. I'm going to stick these together before I stick them on. So I'm going to start by sticking the white onto the yellow. I just want that little yellow pop there. But I want the white to make the teal really stand out. Okay, just bounce that off. That's why I usually use the tweezers. I can't pick it up like that. Right, so there's our yellow, and I will use the tweezers this time because I had such a tricky time there. Right, there we go. That's better. So we're putting the glue on the back, dabbing it off on there, and then adding it, offsetting it on there. So we get a little pop of yellow at the bottom, and then the white there to just lift the teal card off. And then glue on the back of this. Don't have to be quite so oh, there you go. I've picked off the teal one. Not to worry, that will stick back. There we go. So there you have our little floral card using this central die from the Amy Design Autumn Winter. So although it's part of the winter collection, it doesn't have to be used just for a wintry kind of thing. You can just use this middle bit to make this beautiful lattice flower. Thank you for joining me.